Hello everyone, I'm the Crafty Ginger and this is my dog Hammy. He's going to be our teacher today. He's a guest star. He doesn't typically like to take photos, pictures, videos, but he's on camera today. So we're going to do some macrame plant hangers. Here's 4 that I've been playing around with, some patterns. So this one is made with 1.5 millimeter cord. This is 1/8 inch. This is 3/16, and this is 1/8 inch. So I'm going to show you in the first video here how to make this one, which is the 1/8 inch cord. Other supplies that you'll need to do all of these include obviously pots and plants. You could also do air plants and a glass globe like this one here. Air plants just need air and water once a week in order to stay alive. So, and they like, you know, pretty direct sunlight. So the rest of these are just plants I've acquired over the years that I really love. So you need a stick if you want to do this piece here. This is driftwood. You need 1.5 millimeter cord if you want to do the one on the far left. This is 3/16 cord right here. You can see how thick it is compared to this, which is the 1/8 inch. You need some super sharp scissors, a brass ring. Well, you don't have to have brass, but just a ring. These are bigger rings for more variety. And I kept these in the package so you could see the price. These are from Hobby Lobby right here. And these are wooden beads, also from Hobby Lobby. So video number 1 is this one right here with the spiral. So what you first need to do is cut your 1/8 inch rope. I've already done that. You need 6 pieces. You're gonna do 4 pieces at 2 body lengths. So just 1, 2, that's 2 body lengths. And then 2 pieces at 3 body lengths. And the reason for that is this spiral, you're only working 2 pieces around, and the core of this spiral is just the rest of the cords. So I'll show you how to do this. This is basic knots. We have square knots here, and we have a gathering knot, and that is all the knots. So very beginner, basic pattern, I would say. Okay, so we have our cords here. You're gonna find the center, hold on to the center, and then feed the tails from one side through. And then there's my center point. Okay, now you should have some ropes that are longer than others. Those are the ropes that you're gonna be working with the square knots. And that's because you're gonna have the other ropes as the core. So you just kind of gotta sort of weed those out. Where are those longer ones? Okay, that is one of the shorter ones, of course. There we go. There we go. So I got a long one there. I'm gonna put it off to the side because first we're gonna do a gathering knot. And then, is that a longer one? There we go. So there's my 2 long ones. Put that off to the side. Okay, to do the gathering knot, I'm going to cut a piece of rope. See, this is about 3/4 of a body length. So now I know that these are my longer pieces. I'm just trying to kind of keep them out of the way. Okay, to do a gathering knot, you're going to take one tail end, and you're going to point it toward the sky. Then the other part, you're going to kind of create a loop. So I'm looping this like that. And then I'm going to go left around all of these ropes. You want to make sure the piece that's pointing to the sky is still up above. And then you just start wrapping it around. I'm going to scoot it up just a little bit. Wrapping it around all of your ropes. And I'm going to go around maybe like 8 times or so. It doesn't have to be a set number. Okay, and then you're going to take the tail end and put it through the loop you created at the beginning. Oops. So here's the tail end, putting it through that loop that we created at the beginning. and then I'm pulling this piece up. There we go. Don't pull it too hard because you don't want to unwrap anything, and then just kind of arrange it. Okay, I like to cut this off just so you don't have like one short piece. Okay, now we're going to start with these two long pieces that we pulled out. We're going to be doing all left-handed square knots, which creates a twist. So it's kind of like the number 4 that you're creating here. You're going to go over, behind, and through. I've explained this a number of times in my other videos. And then you just keep doing the same thing again and again. And I'm going to do, let's see what 20 looks like. So that's 3. And as it turns, you can kind of just move the piece so that you're kind of working from the front, because I always get a little bit confused about what's going on. So you can see it's kind of twisting already. And you can make the twist more pronounced by just pulling on it like that, so you can see the twist there. I'm just sort of pulling it back to the front. I think I might have had, what did I have on that other one? Maybe like 20. So just keep going. And I'm going to turn this now. Make sure you tighten up your square knots too. You don't want them loose. So you can see that creates a pretty cool pattern. Okay, let's see. Now I'm going to kind of twist it just a little bit more. Like that. So it kind of keeps going. Now, if you lose your place, just kind of start from the top and just go around. So this was my piece that I started with. Just going to keep going until I feel like that's enough. And you don't need, a ton of rope for this project because you're not doing a lot of knots. If you can see on this other piece here, the center pieces are really only doing like 3 square knots, because these center pieces, they're not being worked at all in the top part of this. So the only ones you want longer are the pieces you're working here. So let's see how many that is. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18, 19, 20. That's 20. Okay. Now we're going to move down a little bit further, and you can make this obviously, not quite as long as I did. So now you're just doing a left-handed square knot and a right-handed square knot on all of these. And you want them about the same height. So there's a left, there's a right. I mean, you can obviously do whatever you want, but I'm trying to make mine symmetrical. Okay. On the next one now, you're going to take 2, so here's a set of square knot, there I have 3. I'm going to take 2 from this one and 2 from this one and work those also a little bit further down. So I did that. Maybe like 4 or 5 inches lower. And then I'm going to turn this a little bit so you can see it. Same thing right here. Here's our first set of square knots. I'm going to take these 2 and these 2. Okay. And then the last set here. And this plant hanger, I would say, is probably for a smaller pot like this green pot that I have here. This isn't going to hold a big pot just because there's not a lot of support. If you're gonna do a bigger pot, I would suggest doing more cords, like maybe 2 additional cords in the center, so you could have like 4 square knots kind of supporting that. So now I did another square knot a little bit lower, like right about here. And at this point, you know, once you get these done, you can kind of check and make sure your pot's gonna fit in there okay. There we go. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to say. So on that second row, we did the neighbors. Now we're doing the neighbors again. So everyone should be back to their original partner. I'm gonna turn this again so you can see the last one. Okay. And then I want to just make sure that my pot's going to fit in there. So you kind of just, you know, you're going to be coming from the top, obviously, so you got to make sure it's going to fit from the top. Let's see. And that's a little bit tight. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that'll fit. So if you have like a taller pot, you'd probably want to space your square knots out. Like I'm probably gonna, I think I'll do my gathering knot like pretty far down here so my pot fits kind of like about right there. So that's how we're gonna finish this hanger. Oh, come on. Don't ruin my little leaves. Okay, so you have another, if your square knots get kind of wonky, just straighten them out again. So just make sure they're about even. There we go. Okay, the last part's the gathering knot again. We're gonna point one end of this separate rope to the sky. We're gonna take the other end, and this is going around my fingers. This is how I like to hold it in there. And then I like to go around the left, just because I'm right-handed. I think it would probably be opposite if you're left-handed, if you're kind of doing it, holding it the same way I am. So you're just kind of tightening it as you go around. And then take the tail and put it through that loop that was created at the beginning that was around your hand, and then pull it up through. See, that's why you should use a shorter piece. See, it just pulled the tail like right up there. And I'm gonna cut that piece. So now, and then I'm going to trim. Somebody asked me what I do with my rope clippings. What I like to do with it is use it for trim on other pieces, or for like little mini projects. So I'm just randomly trimming this, and you could unwind this too. I probably will. Not right now because I don't want to bore you to death. So just make sure that fits in there. There we go. Okay. There you have it, a super easy plant hanger that you can make in just a couple of minutes. This took me, you know, less than 30 minutes to make it from start to finish. Thanks so much for watching. I'm the Crafty Ginger. I hope you enjoyed this super easy macrame plant hanger tutorial. I'll be doing the other ones I had that I showed you at the beginning of this video. And thanks for watching. And if you would like to follow me on Instagram, tag me in your post if you make this item. I'd love to see it. My Instagram is crafty_ginger. Thank you. Bye.